Imagine a field, and imagine that it's like a fluid, like your smoothie in the morning. And you've put all the stuff in and you turn it on and you can see like it's spinning in there. And if you look at the little particles of the wonderful, fruits and vegetables you've put in there, you can see that the particles are going out and they're going back to the top and then going back in and back out and back to the top and back in and back out in what is called a toroidal structure, and we see that in nature. For instance, if you look at galaxies, if you look at magnetic fields of suns, of planets, and so on, you see this kind of toroidal structure, and you have gravitational fields involved. It's fairly complex, but you can imagine that information can fall into a system and then emerge at its equator because the system is spinning at high velocity, and then get captured by the gravitational field of the system and then return inside. And when it returns inside, it has gone through a journey, and that journey has changed it. So it's actually feeding information back into the system different than the information that came out. So the system is evolving now. Right? The system is getting more complex. And you see that in nature everywhere. You can see that nature is reacting to its environment. It adapts to its environment because it's getting feedback from the environment. So it's kind of like a study of nature applied to physics. That feedback appears in nature, according to this, because it's present already at insertion at the basis of the physical world, at the basis of the way atoms come to be. So you can think of atoms, the material world, as these little vortex of information that are spinning very, very high velocity, and they are making like little knots in the structure of space, and we bump against these knots and we think of it as the material world. But we know it's made out of 99.9999999% space. So, and the thing we're bumping against is just an electrostatic field that actually is bouncing off each other. And so we are actually just talking about charge in space, or information in space. So it's a different understanding of our material world. And since we're made of it, then we can start to think of ourselves a little bit differently as well.